People don't care what you want. Hi, it's Lance. It's been a while, but I'm back, and I got a lot of free time. By a lot of free time, I mean I actually got a few hours of free time of the day for myself to do something I like to do, which is complain. And today I want to talk about how people don't care what you want. Now, I remember a while back I had a problem with my workplace and I needed to talk to someone about it. And I thought I would go to some adults thinking that, oh yeah, these people, they have experience in life. Maybe they know better. Lo and behold, the conversation turned out to how my friend, he just keeps talking about how he has great work ethics and it's my fault and how they are better than me because they make good out of destructive criticism despite being unemployed for over 5 years. Man, I came to some adults looking for some counseling or advice, and they don't really care about my complaints about an issue. They just want to complain to me about complaining. They will go on to talk about how they would never have a problem with their boss because they adapt and they overcome. Really? Like these people, no one ever got yelled at by their boss before? How's that possible? Like these people, they just never make a mistake. They just preach about how good they are, how much better they are than everyone else. They never really made a mistake at work. What a self-centered thing to do. When I came to this guy, opened myself up just so I can get some kind of reprieve, this guy just ends up talking about how great he is and how trash everyone else. This is a sad reality. People just want to hear what you can do for them. I started a business recently, and this is generally the situation. It's people wanting to hear what you can do for them. Like, I started a business involving skincare, and people, they don't really care about the important details of skincare. They just want to hear what you can bullshit them on. I will give them educational details about how you should avoid the sun, blah blah blah. And they said, is there a product that you sell that can reverse 20 years of damage on my skin? So instead of telling the truth outright and say no, I guess you can tell them the truth, but don't tell them the actual truth. Like, for example, oh yeah, it will reverse some damage, definitely. I don't want to tell them that, but I have to make a living somehow, so I gotta have to kind of, lie. It's so sad when I am turning to these people that are decades older than me, and it turns out they are more immature than I am, apparently. The whole time they are obsessed with proving me wrong, even though that's not really the point of the conversation. They don't care about bettering me, they just want to feel right. They want to feel like they instilled wisdom on a lost soul. Oh, you poor little Diglett, let me just tell you from my experience, and their experience is how smart they are, how great they are, how they never make mistakes. You know what? I look at these people and I realize, oh yeah, their life sucks. It's not because they're unlucky or unfortunate, they're just lazy and they just have a unhealthy mindset that led them to being miserable, and now they're taking it out on me. Because of a situation like this where I open up myself to talk about my problems, people just end up shitting on me and revert to talking about themselves because they don't give two shits about me. I generally learn to stop talking about myself because there's really no benefit to talking about yourself. That's just a situation. There's no benefit. And yeah, it sounds depressing. And yeah, you cannot really turn to that many adults for advice on life. You just had to go through it and endure it. Or you just had to hear about it from someone else. Shit, even the people that are asking how I am doing don't really care how I'm doing. They're just asking. Not that all of them don't care. Some of them do care, but 70% don't really care how I am doing because they just don't ask for updates later on. They just asking me how I'm doing just to ask. Thinking back on it now, my best friend was everyone's best friend. And the reason is because he actually listens and not talk about himself, which I think is a very good quality to have. It's really rare to find someone that will actually listen to your problem and not somehow twist the conversation into themselves and yet also provide good feedback to your issue. But of course, that guy had his own problems, and because he's not willing to talk about his problems, he just end up festering in his own feces and left everyone, which is very depressing. But you know what? It is what it is. I try to help, but he's out of my reach, and that's just life. Also, as for myself, I'm not perfect. I was selfish. I end up talking about myself when someone was opening themselves to me. But it's sad to see people that are 10, 20 years older than you not learning this and just being immature, more immature than you, which is off putting because, you know, older people, more wisdom, right? Very wrong, wrong, absolutely wrong. Don't be fooled by general experience or general knowledge because sometimes older people are just more immature. I remember making a video a long time ago talking about how just because you turn 18 doesn't mean you're an adult. I mean, just look at how many fuck ups are there that are getting into car crashes and getting into gunfights or, I don't know, falling off a cliff because they didn't read some sign. Because, well, yeah, they're 18, they're just immature regardless. All in all, I guess don't make a big deal and realize that these people that are constantly talking about themselves, it's not necessarily they are narcissistic. They're probably just in a bigger rut than you are. And they're probably still on their journey to find themselves, which is why they cut you off if you try to open yourself up and they end up talking about themselves. Well, it is what it is. I guess you can make the most out of it and show some empathy. And with that being said, I said enough. If you like my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!